Hey guys, what's up? It's MatchPoint here, and in today's video, I'm going to be going over 5 common misconceptions players make in Rainbow Six Siege. If you do find this video useful, then consider dropping a like on the video. If there are any topics that you would like me to cover next, or if you have a specific topic that you are struggling with and would like me to do them, well, comment it down below so I know to do it. If you are new around here, welcome, and I hope you enjoy the video. So let's get on into it. Now, before this video starts, I would just like to let you all know that I am going to be streaming on Mixer. The link will be down below in the description if you would like to come and join and check it out. So the first common misconception that players make is droning. Now, for starters, many players won't actually drone during the prep phase because they can't be bothered and want to sit on their phone. Well, the prep phase actually offers you a lot of intel to be gathered, and it can help you set up your drone for various positions, and I'll be showing you this right now. And if you do have the mentality of you don't need to drone in general, or you don't need to drone during the prep phase, well, a drone is an attacker's best friend. Now, the second part to this is that actually during the prep phase, if you do decide to drone, which you definitely should be doing, a lot of players will run to the objective with their drone to go and get the points. Now, this is not the point of the prep phase. You should be having one drone to go and look for the objective, and then the other 4 drones should be setting up their positions. Now, what do I mean by positions? Well, if you're actually going to be droning, then you need to find where your entry point is going to be. Once you've decided your entry point, then you need to work out where you're going to position your drone so that you can gather intel and check your entry point is clear. That way, when you spawn in, you can quickly go onto your drone and check your entry point is fully clear and then move on forward. This way, you're still going to have a spare drone afterwards in case that one you firstly positioned gets destroyed. Now, you may not have decided an entry point and you're not too sure on when you're going to be coming in through. Well, what you can actually do is go ahead and drive your drone over to where your spawn point is, so that when you spawn in, you're not wasting that drone and you'll actually have 2 drones to access, which can reveal a lot of intel and help you out in many situations. In addition to this, with that second drone, when you go ahead and enter the building, you can even set it up as a flank drone. Now, you may be wondering what a flank drone is. Well, that's a drone that can watch your back from a certain position. You can quickly check back to this yourself, or you could even get a dead teammate to watch it for you. Now, if you do need a full guide on advanced droning methods, then I've already covered one, and there'll be a card in the top right for that information if you do require it. Now we're going to be moving on to the second common misconception that players make, which is smoke grenades. Now, when going to plant the diffuser, you'll often have smoke grenades with you, or a capital that can use his smoke bolt. Now, typically players, when they go to plant the diffuser, they will go ahead and smoke it directly where they're going to be planting, so that the enemy can't see where they're planting. Well, actually, this is an extremely bad idea to do, as you're basically telling the enemy where you are planting and to go ahead and throw a nitro cell in there for a free kill. Instead, what you want to be doing is something called screening. Now, screening is when you actually go ahead and throw your 2 smoke grenades to screen the plant. This means that it will cover the line of sight that the enemies will normally have onto the diffuser. Now, if you are going to be using Capital to screen the plant for you, just remember that his smoke bolts do not last for the full plant duration. So you'll need to be ready to fire your second smoke bolt after that first one has disappeared. This will limit your ability to screen the plant in comparison to smoke grenades, however they are both still effective. Now, the third common misconception players make in Siege is their mentality. Players often blame it on their teammates that they died or any other reason they can find, such as the game itself. However, the mentality that you should be having is, okay, I died, it was my fault, how can I improve, and what did I do wrong in that situation? This way, when you end up dying in Siege, it's actually a reward, as you can learn from it and not make that mistake again. And even if it seems so unfair that it was your fault that you died, well, the likelihood is, it is. You probably could have done something different or something more to not die. So watch the kill cam back, what did you do wrong, what could have you done differently to improve? Now we'll be moving on to the 4th common misconception that players make in Siege, which is overpeaking angles. Now, many players will challenge to the most ridiculous gunfights that they are definitely not going to win. You should only be challenging a gunfight when you think to yourself, have I got the advantage over him, will I be able to kill him in this situation? Most of the time when you're defending and you've got time on your side, players will actually start peeking random angles, which is what the attackers actually want you to do. They want you to be aggressive and make the stupid plays so you can play right into their trap. Instead, you should be waiting for them to come to you. And that is just one situation. There are many other situations where players will overpeak angles that they can't win, So what I'd recommend doing is saying to yourself when you're about to peek a gunfight, do I have the advantage over my opponent? Now we're going to be moving on to the final common misconception that players make, which links on to the previous misconception that I've mentioned, as we're going to be talking about not playing aggressive and knowing when to plant. Now typically when players have the upper hand and there may be 3 men up or it's a 1v5 situation for that defender, players will often rush in, get greedy for the kills, and I've seen it so many times where the team actually goes ahead and loses because they were greedy and playing into that defender's hands. You should be going for the plant. The whole game mode is to go and plant the bomb. Instead, players will often rush around and try and manhunt the last guy alive. When you're running around like a headless chicken looking for the last guy, he will often be composed and calm and ready to take you down. So instead, go for the plant if it's the right decision and the safe thing to do, and then hold down angles and play time. And make sure not to get complacent. And that is going to be it for today's video, guys. I hope you have all enjoyed. If you did, or you found this video useful, then make sure to give it a like and subscribe for more tips and tricks like this. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.